wow, despite being an inferior human being, they did this. That's what it feels like. It's like, why is it such a shock?
Clown. Clown.
All right. Here we are. Friday at noon. It's Clown World time. George, we live in Clown World. I'm sure you are aware of everything that's happening in society. And this is the segment where we take a few minutes and we just kind of point out the absolute stupidity of everything that's happening in the world, which is more or less what we do on this show every single day. But now we have a segment for it. Let's go to the New York Post on X. This is interesting, as Ukrainian-born model is crowned Miss Japan. As she's not even from Japan, but she beat the Japanese woman.
Right. I can explain this to you. So
Please.
What happened was this woman, she was born and raised in Ukraine by 2 Ukrainian parents until the age of 5. Then her mother, who's Ukrainian, remarried a Japanese man, so they moved to Japan. So she knows Japan now, but only last year was she able to get her citizenship. So to me, this just sounds like a political stunt because she's not Japanese at all, except for knowing the language and like growing up around the culture. But she was not born Japanese. She does not have any Japanese in her, right? So this is a political stunt.
Well, maybe she has had a Japanese.
Maybe she's had. I thought about that after I said it. I'm like, maybe the birds and the bees and whatever. But the judges actually said she's more Japanese than we are. And it's like, wow, how woke can you be? Like, wow. And in order to be woke in Japan, because they're Asian, you have to be white. But it's like the reverse wokeness because they're Asian over there.
That's
so now
funny.
the diversity check boxes are white over there. So everyone move to Japan if you can't get a job in America anymore. But yeah, to me, it's like a giant political stunt. Because no way, listen, she's a beautiful woman, but no way in hell are you going to put her with a bunch of other gorgeous Japanese-born and raised women and say she's more Japanese than the rest of them. Huh?
Right. Yeah, this doesn't make sense.
George, it seems like a good opportunity for you to use your Japanese you learned in high school and go over there and really go after the Miss Japan crown.
Go, George, go.
So I have a lot to say about that. But all right, so I'm American. I was born here. My family is Greek. They emigrated from Greece. So I don't say I'm Greek. I say I'm American. But I think the rules are different here. Perhaps, Melanie, you could advise, since you're Native American. you would welcome me to your country.
Yeah, I would welcome
things are a little... Japan is a very small country. There's the ethnicity factor to consider. Here in America, it's not so much of a factor. And I think the American paradigm is being applied to countries where it's very firmly established. Like, not only is this a country, but there is an ethnicity here. And what is a country? And I think our modern day thing is trying to test what is a country? Should countries even exist? And in some cases, they're saying, no, countries and borders shouldn't exist. We should just all be humans. So does Japan belong to the Japanese anymore? What does the word Japanese even mean? I think they're trying to test where the fence is. Obviously, if I was Japanese, I would not be happy with this. So I'm outraged on behalf of the Japanese. And if they want to invite me over there again, I would love to spend some time vacationing.
Well, of course you'd be outraged, you white man. You're so.
I'm Greek. I'm not white. Wait, I'm American. I'm not Greek.
There you go. That's right.
Wait a second.
Yeah, that's the thing is I guess it just depends. Because like here in America, if someone was Miss America, she can be black or white or anything really. And nobody would really think that much of it either way, as long as she lived in America. But it's a bit different when you go from here, where it is more of a melting pot, to in Japan, where the high majority of people are of Japanese origin.
Japan is like ethnic and all that ethnicity. I can't even speak English today. But like America is literally just everybody. It's not Americans. It's not like a race.
Like the people who are complaining about America, they have they clearly have never been anywhere else in the world, because this is such, when they say it's a melting pot, it is insane. If you were to walk down a street in Japan, You don't see white people walking around. You don't see black people. You see Asian people that look stereotypically Asian, right? That's what you see. That's the reality of it. The idea that like a black person or a white person or a Mexican person or a Latino or whatever, those are like you become you are such a novelty to them because they're not used to seeing that. They're not used to seeing that on a day-to-day basis. You've seen people like there's videos of people that are not Asian going over there, and they become like celebrities on the subway or whatever it is because there are people like, wow, this is insane. I can't believe it's like an alien has showed up.
People do give you looks. I've been there before, and not like nasty looks, but like novelty.
Right.
But then you're in the unenviable position. Like if you're a mixed race Japanese person, like I've seen people who were Japanese and black, and in Japan, it's like, are they even accepted as Japanese? So a lot of people over there are given a hard time, and they're not like accepted by, you know, traditional Japanese people. So that's a conversation they'll have for another generation or two. But it is true that the idea of borders and ethnicity are trying to be blended, perhaps by force. It's hard to know. But here in America, obviously, it's less. There's almost no stigma as far as I'm concerned. But over there, it's like if they have a declining birth rate, let's say, and I'm Japanese, and I'm worried about the future of my ethnicity, I might be more worried about, you know, I don't want there to be fewer Japanese people in the world. So I understand if they would not be super happy about it. But obviously, it's not cool to be, you know, considered less than in a country where, you know, you couldn't control how you were born or what you look like. But
well,
that's,
you know, and it's but it's fascinating. So good on the Ukrainian-born Miss Japan.
Yeah, it's all about those politics.
Right.
Imagine, just saying, like, imagine if she was born and raised in Russia. Would they do the same thing to her nowadays? I'm just saying.
They chop off her hands. they chop off her hands.
Yeah, I'm just saying. They should win Miss Japan if she was from Russia.
All right, let's move on to our next story here. As Melanie, this should be very, very important to you. You should have some sort of parallel kinship to what we're about to talk about. As we're going to go down to Australia now, and there's a very woke family down there that put on the side of their house a sign acknowledging that the Wurundjeri people are the traditional owners of the land.
Special reminder, you guys.
It's the ultimate virtue signal.
Wow.
Until they showed up at their front door. And let's see what happens here.
We've seen your little plaque here on the wall. We're the Wurundjeri people.
Yeah. We come here, we've seen the sign.
Alright. See, we haven't got anywhere to stay, so we're thinking, you know, we might just stay here for that 1 or 2 months or so.
We saw your sign there and we thought, oh, I don't know about that.
So did you see what happened?
That's like the Ben and Jerry's ice cream fiasco when they were like, this is native land, just a reminder. And it's like, okay, are you going to be giving your part of it back to them then? That your corporate is on?
It's brilliant stuff. So they show up and they're like, hey, well, we'll just hang out with you for a little bit. And they're like,
No, just us.
No, we weren't in much trouble.
How did you know about it? With a sign.
We saw that sign there.
We didn't ask any for the sign.
Oh, yeah, it's a sign. It's a sign there.
I know it's a sign. I don't know who put it up there, so.
Oh, well, we'll just live in the back of the
I'll
house.
cook up a feed.
There's some local rabbits we can hunt down and grab. Cook.
They're like, I don't know who put that sign up. I don't know. Why would anybody? You know, I don't know who put that up. And the guy goes,
some rabbits.
Yeah, he's talking about going out and finding some rabbits, and we'll make some dinner. Outstanding.
If you like rabbit, we can share.
Get some witches up for them.
That's the problem.
We can wait. We'll have big crockery. We'll set up and we'll sing.
I just don't know what to do.
Oh, we could just set a fire right there.
Why weren't they getting their land back? I didn't understand. This show wasn't going as well as I expected.
We've got a dot painting here if you want one to hang up.
A what?
A dot painting?
Yeah, we've got some patents for you.
Yeah.
We can give you.
We thought we'd come get some hot water. We want to make a cup of tea.
You can come in and have a cup of tea, but I don't know about the rest of it. Hey, like.
So come in for some tea, but that's about where this ends. So.
Wow.
It reminds me of the Martha's Vineyard thing.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It's all words, and when you finally do what they want, it's like, oh no, please do this somewhere else. Even Kathy Hochul or whatever here in New York wanted to send the guys that got arrested for beating up those cops to California.
Right.
It's like, we're not going to put them in jail.
Right. Anywhere but here. We're gonna, and by the way, we're gonna deport them out of the state, not out of the country. You know, it's
yeah.
What a world, man! What a world! It's fascinating to see the hypocrisy attached to this. Listen, I recently was on a plane last night. I got in to Orlando around 1:30 in the morning. I think 12:30, 1:30 in the morning. It was the middle of the night, right? And I'll tell you what, I did not react like this when. Well, I don't know who would have this type of reaction. This is a couple women. It's their genuine reaction to seeing a flight deck with 3 amazing and powerful female pilots for the first time. Have you seen this, Mel?
No.
All right. Check this out.
Oh my.
What a soy girl.
Literally crying.
Soy girls, come on. Come on, touch some grass.
So this has been passed around as she's literally weeping.
In first class.
Yes, bingo.
First class, yeah.
That's the thing. Look at how giant. Like she's not slubbing it with the rest of us in the back and 34E. She's up here in seat 2A and 2B with her giant retractable seat. This is the most stereotypical bullshit ever, where they get these super well-to-do white women who are like,
yeah.
It just drives me crazy.
I'm just gonna say this kind of reaction, if anything, is more insulting to women than anything, because it's like, wow, despite being an inferior human being, they did this. That's what it feels like. It's like, why is it such a shock? It shouldn't be. If it happens organically, it shouldn't be this huge shock or big, I shouldn't have to have a performance because, wow, a woman could actually fly a plane. No way.
maybe on when I return back to Texas here on Sunday, I'll do a spoof of this. And
oh, when you see a white male.
And I was like, yeah, no.
And then we'll see you getting arrested or deported off the plane.
Right.
You ever see that Twilight episode with William Shatner and the gremlin on the wing of the plane?
No.
Please tell me you guys have
the
seen
Twilight Zone with the gremlin, and they thought
he's looking out the window.
Actually was real.
Yeah, he's like looking out the window, and there's a gremlin ripping apart the wing of the plane. I wanted to do a comic strip where it's like there's just a woman on the wing of the plane. He's like, there's a woman on this plane, riding this plane. We have to get off. And at the end of the episode, he ends up like pulling the emergency exit and almost flying out of the plane.
I love it.
I wish I had time to draw it. Maybe I'll have to find this weekend or something. But like,
do it. That is.
If I ever see a woman flying a plane, I'm going to be the guy with like the cup. Like, no, it's fine. I'm fine.
I love it.
But
why can't we laugh at that stuff? Like I mean, we obviously can, but people look like get over yourself. We can play this 3,000 times a show, but really just comes back to this.
Fuck off, you oversensitive little shit.
There you go.
Recently, I went to the grocery store and this old guy was like, I saw you in the parking lot and I was scared. And I was like, why? And he's like, I saw you're driving. I said, fair.
Oh my God.
Was it true though? Like
I was like, well, that's fair.
You poor thing.
I get it. It was hilarious.